Hello, I'm Brandon from XEROProducts, and today I'm going to talk to you about the Max Power. Now, the Max Power is a powerhouse of a system. It is basically an upgraded version of our Max system with a dual pre-filter assembly with an onboard pump that plugs right into a wall outlet, fed into two 40-inch ROs with the ability to measure your TDS with an onboard TDS meter. Last but not least, you get a 10-inch DI that you can also bypass to have just straight RO water, as well as this system being a multi-pole system. So this is a multi-user system. You can run more than one water-fed pole off of it. So we're going to go ahead and open up the package that comes with this system and see all the bells and whistles involved. So without further ado, let's take a look at the Max Power. So as you can probably tell, this is a large system, which means it comes in a big box and it's going to ship freight, which also means you have a very heavy package here, which means when you go to unbox it, I highly recommend have some assistance because it is a very heavy item. So we're going to go ahead and open up the box. And then I'm going to go ahead and get the box opened. You'll notice your sealed air foam. And then, at this point, you and your partner will reach on the ends of the frame and lift the system up. So we're gonna go ahead and lift. It's difficult to do on a table, but we're doing it. Yeah, we're gonna go with it. And as you can see, there's a convenient way to do it and a non-convenient. But most importantly, seek assistance when unboxing this system. Thank you. And would you actually help me lift it onto the table? Let's do it from this side so this can be visible. You are the man. Thank you. So now that we have our system laying down on the table, I should actually note on that subject, this is how you kind of want to operate this system. Because it's a very heavy system and it's prone to tipping and damage, especially when you have important fittings like your pump assembly here and your pressure relief and all those finer details. It's just safer to run like this. However, you can run your system up and down. So, let's go over the different components that make up the system. So, much like our Plus systems, we have our inlet on the side of our dual pre-filters. Now, Max Powers come with a sediment and a chloramine filter. And this chloramine filter will help remove chloramine treatments that are used in municipal water. So you have a little bit of extra pre-filtration going on here. From that point, the pre-filters run to our pump assembly here. Now, there's a couple components I should point out here. Now, on your pump, you'll notice you have this black plastic piece here with an end that you can swivel. Well, you can spin rather on the threads. So here is your pressure relief. Or rather, you can increase and decrease the pressure cycling that is going on in this assembly. So basically, as you tighten, it's going to force water through this path at a quicker velocity or a slower velocity. We'll go into more details as to how to properly utilize this tool, but for now, this is your pump assembly with your pressure relief. So, after your pump, the pump runs to your incoming TDS. So we're really trying to see how much TDS is hitting these ROs. It's a good way to gauge how your ROs are performing. So you'll notice you have an onboard TDS meter here. So from this point, you're getting the amount of TDS that's hitting your ROs, and it'll display right on the screen. And then from your two 40-inch ROs, that feeds a 10-inch DI. So a 10-inch resin chamber here that you could also bypass, much like our Plus systems. By turning the lever, you can opt for just RO water for a cleaning that doesn't necessarily have to be fully spotless. There you go. You have RO water. Say you're cleaning solar panels or whatever. Or if you want to get that final polish of the resin, then you would turn your bypass towards your ROs, and by that point, your water will flow through the outlet of the system through the black DI housing. At that point, you have both RO and DI water for your spotless cleaning. Now, much like our Max systems, or much like our other systems, at the bottom here of your RO housings, you'll notice silver garden hose fittings. These are your flow restrictors for your RO membranes, and basically this allows back pressure to build up so the RO membranes can both perform purification and have adequate flow. So your discharged salts and solids, that's really what these lines are for. And then you will notice before the DI, you have your outgoing TDS. So here, this is actually telling you how your ROs are performing. It's very helpful for situations of troubleshooting, as well as trying to gauge how your membranes are performing in general. From that point, you have an understanding of your incoming, outgoing TDS, and with items provided in your kit, you'll be able to measure the output of your system itself. So we have the other end of the system showing here, and I just wanted to point out your inlet portion, your main outlet, which would include both RO and DI water. And with your onboard pump, you have the option to both use your pump by turning the switch on and having it plugged in, as well as just bypassing the pump and using it kind of like a regular Max. The Max Power is a very well-rounded machine in the regards of functionality, flow, and performance. All right, so we're gonna look at the accessory bundle that comes with your system here. So first and foremost, you have your filter wrenches, both a small wrench and a large wrench. These wrenches are used to loosen and tighten your DI and pre-filter housings, respective to their size. Simply fit the wrench between the notches of the bowls, and you'll be able to utilize it to both open and close. Next, we have our magic lube. This is an important tool for any sort of sealing as far as O-rings go. So magic lube is important to help lubricate any sort of rubber O-rings that are present in your pre-filters, your caps, some of your cartridges. It helps make a better seal. So this is very helpful for your performance. Next, we have our RO Guardian. This is also very important for long-term storage or winterizing your system. Basically, this is a powder that prevents microbial growth from growing in your RO housings, from stagnant water, and from periods of long-term sitting. So this is a very important thing. And you'll notice on your bag, you will have a QR code that kind of tells you a little more about what it is and how to use it. So it's important to keep track of your RO Guardian. So next, here we have a dual waistline. Now, this is an upgraded version from our standard systems. And basically, this is designed to attach to the silver garden hose looking fittings at the bottom of your system, which is your flow restrictors. So basically, this is catching all that rejected water, has all the rejected salts that the ROs have taken out of the water. So this hose will just help you guide that water to another place. That's all there is to it. Simply hook it up to your fittings and have your water run elsewhere. And last, but importantly not least, is your user manual. This is your best friend in understanding how to use your system, how to understand the warranties involved, as well as the different components that make up your system. So it's important to take a look at each of the pages here so you can kind of understand what's going on. We're going to talk a little bit more about the different components that make up the system and how to remove them for any sort of replacement that we may send you.